might go. It's not going to go all the way, but I'd like to get it to go right about over to here. Yeah, that's nice. Get some nice balls off of there too. And we got a nice ridge right in here. Shoot one back over in this direction. I didn't like the way that looked. A small one over here to set up a better defined ridge, and then one down here. Nice. Now one right along in here. Okay. Now we can come in here. Somewhat of a ridge right in there. Isolate it a little bit. I want to hit it right about in there. Okay, so here's how we're doing here. We're just creating flat faces here, flat face over here, and squeezing them, bringing them in together. That's the best way I know anyway to get a really, really nice, thin, wide biface and get a good WT ratio. You see that little fossil in there, a little inclusion, a little bit of a crack going through there. Should be okay. I'm going to start abrading now. In a minute here I'm going to switch over to boppers. Yeah, I'm going to switch over to bopper right now. The reason I'm going to do that is I'm getting to where I'm hitting along the edge right now. I'm not hitting above the edge, I'm hitting pretty close to the edge, trying to remove thinner flakes, travel a little bit further. If I was going to go with antler, I'd probably stick with the hammerstone a little bit longer before I get down into that point. Okay, so again, all these flakes, we're trying to get them to travel well across the face. The reason for that is if they travel well across the face, you get a flat face. If you get your flakes to terminate just beyond the midpoint, what happens is you end up with a whole lot of convexity. You don't want convexity if you're trying to really go for a thin point. And the reason for that is when you get convexity up here, in order to remove that convexity or remove that hump, you have to strip away a lot of the edge in order to build your platform to undercut it. So we keep everything flat. So that means all of our platforms are well away from the center to start with, so we can get our flakes to travel well across the face. Okay, we'll try and remove a few in here. It's actually the more latter stages that I want to show you. This is sort of repetitious with other stuff we've done in the past, but I I did want to show the first stages where we're doing this thinning here. Try and get one to go all the way across. Okay. Worked out nice. So this strategy is very similar to Clovis bifacing. The Fendt cache, they found a large number of big bifaces along with that cache, and they resembled this somewhat. They're a little bit thinner than this, a little bit further stage, but this is the sort of thing they would do in order to pack these out. They'd go to the source, make these big old platters, big old plates like this, pack them out, and you know, finish them up at the campsite or wherever. But okay, I'm going to shut this off a while. I'm going to work it down and show you some of the later stages here. But I'm just going to continue on with what I'm doing. It's going to take a little bit, take a little while. Okay, here's some of that concrete I was talking about earlier in these little pits, a really coarse grained material here. They kind of resemble concrete. That's what knappers call them. I've got them on this face, and this face here is fairly smooth and of much higher quality. So when you run into that, what you want to do is try and remove the concrete on that face. Work this face back down. So instead of working both faces together for right now, concentrate on flattening this face and bringing it back down to the other one. So keep working on that. Okay, I got this face worked back quite a bit, but unfortunately there's still a lot of that concrete stuff in there. A crystal pocket over here, so I'm encountering some problems that are causing my flakes to fall short of their goal. This side is still pretty nice. I don't know how far I can go with this thing, but we'll keep working on it. And I wanted to demonstrate how you measure this width to thickness ratio, so this is a good point. We're still real early into it here. And what you do is you open this up, look for the thickest point on the biface. How's that look? Right in there. And then you go down here, see if there's anything else that's thicker. That's the very thickest point. We'll call that, you can see the number right here. That's 16 millimeters. Okay, so that is our thickness right there. Now go along here, open up the calipers, measure the width right here. About 96, 97 millimeters. So you divide the 96 by 6, or no, divide the 96 by, what do we have here? Not 6 millimeters, 16 millimeters. 96 divided by 6, and you end up with about 6 to 1. So it's pretty easy to get to this point. We'll keep working on it, show you what we get here. Alright, we'll continue on here. We want to isolate these platforms, build really strong platforms that will travel well across the edge. We'll run one in here. We've got some mass to remove right in there. Bring this edge up. Creating a platform right now. Take one here and then a bigger one here to feather out right in there. It's important that all these feather out, because any steps or anything in here. Now we can take one off in here.